Hi friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. So we will continue our discussion around different major arcana cards. The card which we are going to discuss today is the card number 7 in the major arcana card series, which is the Chariot card. And we will have a discussion on the same 4 parameters. First, we will try to understand the illustration, the design, because each element of this design might connect to someone on a different level, might carry a solution to your immediate problem and the confusion which you are going through, because these designs, these illustrations are the treasure house, are the combination of all the mysteries, philosophies, religion, astrology, numerology, Kabbalah combined together in these designs. And we will try to understand the divinity meaning of this card. We'll also have a discussion on that what would remain to be the case if this card would appear reversed in your reading. Because in tarot readings, the reversed card has got entirely different meaning as compared to its upright position. And the last would remain to be understanding the real life meaning of this card. Having an insight on the real life sync of this card in the life of the people. So let's just start our discussion with a quick recap of all what we have studied so far. We have already discussed that tarot is basically used for doing a character analysis, to get a glimpse of the future, to all those kind of situation where you are feeling struck, where you need to have an immediate solution to a problem. Like let's say for example, you are in a job where you are not very happy. Suddenly an opportunity has come your way with equal level of opportunities and threats. Now you need to make up your mind in next couple of hours of the time. Their tarot proves to be of great help. Along with that, in all those kind of the situation where you have this notion that there are some kind of evil influence around you, there also you can get your energy scanned from the tarot. So this is these all are the areas where tarot remains to be of great help. It also helps you in increasing, in elevating your spiritual state, because it has been believed that the divine presides on these tarot cards. So we have discussed all of that in the previous videos, and the cards which we are following in this discussion is the Rider-Waite tarot cards, because there are different pack of tarot cards available in the market. The one which I am doing here is the most recommended one for all the beginners. These are known as the Rider-Waite tarot cards, which were produced in the year 1910 by the famous occultist author Edward Waite, on whose instruction the illustrator Pamela Coleman Smith, she developed these cards which you are seeing right now in my hand. And these cards can be divided into 2 chunks, the major arcana cards and the minor arcana cards. Major arcana cards are 22 in numbers. They tell about the more impactful, they have got more long lasting events. Any point of time this major arcana card has come in your reading, it just requires great attention in the life and in that particular area of the person for whom you are doing the reading. So these major arcana cards carry one unnumbered card which is known as the Fool, and the rest of the 21 numbered cards. So it has been believed that Fool is the manifestation and the embodiment of the soul, and this soul and the Fool only is going and is on the journey of the life, on which he is going through different 21 lessons, soul initiations, where he's going through hopes, joys, fear, sorrow before attaining fulfillment in the final card. And the minor arcana cards are 56 in numbers. They tell about the life on a very mundane level. So we'll continue our discussion on the major arcana cards. We have discussed the first card, which was the Fool, which represents beginning. We have discussed the Magician card, which tells about the action. We have discussed the High Priestess card, which tells about the non-action, the being receptive to the influences. We have discussed the Empress card, which is about luxuries, amenities, fertility. Then we have we had a discussion on the Emperor card, which is about the authority, about the regulation. We have discussed the Hierophant card. The Hierophant card is all about the custom, creed, religion, following the conventional and orthodox means. And the last card before this Chariot card was the Lovers card, which is all about the relationship, which is all about a little bit of the sexuality and forming a bond with the people. Now in this card, the Chariot card, first we will try to understand the illustration. What all can we get to know from this illustration? So as you can see that there is a military man on the chariot. So first of all, this chariot, these 2 sphinxes in front of him are being seen as the same pillars of the tree of life in the form of the severity and the mercy. Next, this person who is on the chariot, so it's all about the determination, victory. It's like a from the Roman Empire, the Julius Caesar, who has won over all of his enemies and accomplished and gained over the lands, and he is riding his chariot in the lanes of the Rome in order to showcase and exude his confidence and his victory. So first of all, this whole aura of this card is all about the victory, about the determination and the confidence. As you can see, in front of his chariot, there is are two wings, which are the wings of the inspiration. Just below it is the Hindu symbol of the union of the positive and negative energies. Many tarot readers even see it as the Shivlinga. Next is, as you can see, he is holding a wand on his hand. So this is the the wand of the will, the determination, which he needs to have in his hand in order to control his chariot, control his life. Next, as you can see on his head, the crown, the diadem, there you'll see this kind of 8-pointed star, which is all about the dominant, which is all about the domination. Last, over above his head, you'll see these kind of stars, which just tells about the celestial influence around him. And the last is the the crescent moon on the both side of the shoulder, which just tells about that the person has strong control over his impulses. So this is what this card represents, the illustration represents. When it comes to understanding the divinatory meaning of this card, so the attributes which this card represents is victory, control over the lower animal passion, the illnesses, ill health, all kind of those cravings which can deviate you from the path of the victory, from the path of the success. This card also tells about the comfort in travels. This is also very good card of the travels. So if someone who has come to you for a reading and his question is regarding the the travel, so this card will give a very positive affirmative yes to that question's answer. Then see, when it comes to understanding its meaning in a nutshell, so first of all, this card tells about victory, having a upper edge and competitive edge over your enemies, over the competition, remaining on top of any kind of the competitive situation and gaining victory over that competitive situation and scenario is being seen by and represented by this card. This card also tells about having a strong will, strong determination, strong confidence. This card is also and represents and exhorts and indicates you, urges you to have a self-assertion, to have strong confidence, have us how you are being perceived in the society, how strong your confidence, your self-image, all that is being seen and represented by this card. And lastly, this card also tells about hard self-control, control over your anger, control over your impulses, control over your your temptations. So this is all what this card represents: victory, will, self-assertion and hard self-control. So when it comes to understanding its reversed meaning, so first of all, it just tells about ill health, decadent desires, unethical victory, a pyrrhic victory, even a victory gained at a greater cost, where you have not gained any kind of reputation, you haven't gained the respect of the society. So this is all what this card represents. See, when it comes to understanding this card's meaning in the real life, so any point of time, someone who has come to you and his question is regarding the competitive question. So let's say, for example, someone who is preparing to for some competitive exam or is about to appear in a competitive exam. Appearance of this card is a very positive sign. Next is someone who wants to go for a travel. This card has come is a very positive sign. Someone who has very high aspiration and but going through this kind of very laid back attitude. But appearance of this card will just exhort and appeal this person to remain confident and have a strong control over all the temptations which are troubling him or which can put an obstacle in his path of victory. So in a nutshell, this is a very positive, very masculine, very yang card, which in itself represents victory and victory gained over at any cost, with full of confidence, full of courage and full of respect in the society. So this is all what I wanted to say on my take on the card number 7, the Chariot card. I hope I made myself very informational and clear in this video. For further more updates and notification on tarot, please subscribe my channel and like my Facebook page. Thanks.